So we started talking about weighted mean yesterday, and I already kind of gave you a heads up that you're gonna see percentages. So that's what we started off with yesterday. When you see percentages, please check, does either one of them that is a percentage, does either one of them add up to 100? If so, you're going to have to divide by 100 at the end. Next up is going to be repetition. Listen carefully to this part. With something that doesn't have percentages, it's going to be a little trickier to figure out what to divide by. But you guys are smart, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay. But just so you know, it's going to be like, it's going to be a little bit of maybe new stuff in there. But what I want you to have on your study sheet at some point, I'm going to add this today. When you see that it's weighted mean, Mr. Dirksen, how do I know it's weighted mean? Like, how do I know for sure? First, you're going to be in the booklet, you're going to write your exam, you're going to come across statistics. Usually that's the last thing you do. Okay? So you're in statistics mode. You get a table and you don't have this. Watch. If this is gone, if the headings are gone, and you just have a bunch of values, and you want to find the mean, median, mode, you just use those values. It's not a weighted mean situation. Okay? As soon as you see headings and you realize that one row or a column, because it could be a vertical table, you're like, oh, there's two different categories here. We are now most likely in the weighted mean scenario. They'll ask you, what's the average? Okay? Then you know, now you want to get M.A.D. That's why I actually use this one. Think of M.A.D. Weighted mean, you will multiply, meaning you multiply across, then you will add your results, you put that number down, and then you divide by something. If it's percentages, check one of the rows or one of the columns. If it adds up to 100, boom, you divide by 100, you're done. Okay? That's as simple as that. Let's go to page, I'm gonna let you do page 40. Anybody do page 40 already? Willing to admit? Nobody? Okay, we'll do that in a bit. I'll put that on hold because I think it's gonna be copy paste what we just did here. So hold 40 for now, okay? Let's go to here, go to page 44. So we're skipping a little bit and then we're coming back. Weighted mean involving repetition. Okay, so you're on 44, I'm hoping. You're putting away any distractions. You gotta lock in today. The following values represent the number of shoes sold over an 18-day period. The data has been arranged already. So you've got, right, 3 3s, you've got 6 4s, you've got 2s, on 2 occasions you sold 7 pairs, and then you've got 7 here. Okay, so you've got 3 of them here, you've got 6 of them here, 2 and 7. Okay. This is just to help you understand what's happening in the background of repetition. Okay. So there's 2 ways of calculating it. First method is 3 plus 3 plus 3, and then 6 of these. Okay, there's 6 of those. There's 2 of these, 2 7s, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. Divided by, what are we going to divide by here? the number of numbers that you've been adding, right? Just like before. So let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I've got 18 values. We divide it, so we get our sum is 110 divided by 18. We get 6.11 shoes that are being sold. Stats is the only one where you do want to have a decimal. Okay. Normally you wouldn't want to. Weighted mean method. How many 3s do we have, guys? We've got 3 of them, right? So you're going to go 3 times 3 plus how many 4s do we have? We already determined. We've got 6 of them. So 6 times 4 plus we've got 2 7s plus we've got 7 9s that are all being added up. Just to understand, multiplication, guys, is really repeated addition. If you've ever done your times table, like 3 times 5, it's really 5 plus 5 plus 5, right? That's what multiplication is. So then we have to divide it by, it's still going to be divided by 18 because these 3 and the 6, that's 9, 11, and another 7 is 18. You've still considered the same number of values. You still have 18 values available, or that you're considering. You can plug this into your calculator. You get 110 divided by 18, 6.11. Now you might ask yourself, why did you do it 2 different ways? I just want to show you that it can be done this way, but this is the much faster and more efficient way. This is faster, but gives the same result. Okay. Do you see M.A.D in here? You see M.A.D? Did you multiply? Yeah. Did you add? Yeah. Did you divide? Yeah. M.A.D. Okay. So here's a more practical example. The table to the left shows the average number of hours studied per week. Calculate the average number of hours studied per student. Basically the mean study time. So we're going to calculate what? The average number of hours. Make sure you understand that part. That's the most important part here. So you should realize weighted mean. Therefore, now you're going to get mad. Okay? Why are you so mad today? Mr. Dirksen told me to get mad. Anyways, we're going to use this method. So what I want you to understand is that our final answer will be in hours. Remember that. So let's do the first part. Let's multiply across. Okay, let's do that. Grab your calculators. Stay engaged, otherwise you're going to fall asleep on me. 120 times 3, 360. 280 times 4, 1120. 90 times 5, 450. 30 times 6. 180. Hold it. I don't like just blindly doing stuff. I need you to understand. What is this saying, like a table? If we surveyed 120 students, said what? What was their answer? How many hours did you study? 3. So can you imagine this giant table of values where 123 show up? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, right? 120 times. That's what this is saying here. And so good luck adding 3 120 times. I dare you, and still get 360 without missing, right? So it's much faster to just go 120 times 3. That amounts to 360 hours that we're considering here. 280 students said they studied 4 hours. That is 1,100 and something hours, right? And so forth. As you get higher, right, the higher the number, the fewer the students. No surprises there, I'm sure. Anyways, so the next step is M.A.D, right? The A part, the adding. So let's add. So you add that up, right? You go 360 plus 1120 plus 450 plus 180. That's 2110. Okay, so now you need to land this plane. This top number is going to be 2110 every single time. If you do the ma part, M.A., right? You're going to get that part. This is the hard part right here. What do I divide by? Okay? So what I'm going to ask you is, I'm going to do unit analysis. On the side, you do that on the side somewhere. And here, this is basically what you need. What have you been multiplying this whole time? You went number of students times hours studied, correct? That's what you were doing this whole time. So do that. You go students times hours. And now we're going to divide by one of these so that it cancels out. Which one of these two units do we want to keep at the end? Hours, right? Okay, so we're going to highlight that. We want to keep it. So what do we have to divide by to cancel out students? Students. Cancel out. So watch this. I'm gonna cancel it out, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, let's go get our number of students. How many students were involved here? 120, 280, 90, 30. Let's add that up. 120 plus 280 plus 90 plus 30. 520. Sorry, you were saying that? Okay, good. 520 students. That's how many people were involved in this survey. Okay? So guess what? We're going to take the 520 and put it down here. This is the students. So let's divide that. 2110 divided by 520. On average, students study 4.06 hours. Does that make sense? Hold on, within our data set, does it make sense? A 4-hour study time, is it kind of reasonable? Okay, so let's say you like gambling, okay? Don't endorse it. But you're like, I don't know, should I like add this column up or should I add up this column? Like, what should I divide by? If you add this up, what do you get? 3 and 4 is 7, and 5 is 12, and 6 is 18. What if you went 2110 divided by 18? Is that reasonable? Students studying 117 hours? So if you like gambling, you're like, I'm going to try this one, I'm going to try that one, and see which one makes more sense. I think that's all right, as long as you make sure you understand which one makes more sense, okay? But I would like you to just do this on the side. Ask yourself, between the two units that I'm given, which one do I want to keep? I wanted hours, right? They wanted the final answer to be in hours. Therefore, I need to divide by the other one. Okay? It will take some practice. I'm not going to lie to you. There's a lot of stuff going on. But remember, we did follow the 3 steps: multiply, add, divide. The M.A. part is fairly straightforward. The dividing part is a little trickier. So I want you to try this. 45 to 40. Let's just do 45 for now. Even though I would say you can go all the way to 46. You know what? I'm going to tell you to go straight to 47 for now. I'm thinking like I need to land this plane, okay? We're getting to the end, so that's why I'm changing my mind all the time. Page 47, there's a table there. See how you fare with that one, okay? So I'll give you some time to do that. That's your AC right now. The answer to page 47 is $1988. Okay, they want the average ticket price for this concert or festival. I don't know. I'll show you this. Just, you can't say it didn't give you enough examples. So the first part is multiplying. You know this is weighted mean, okay? And the answers is 1,500. $36.15. 543 people paid $25, right? 13,575. And that's 5,904. Okay, you combine all of this and make sure you get this, you check my work, okay? 24,594. This could have decimals. In this case, it doesn't. Is that what we're getting for the top number? Yeah? Okay. Then we divide by, you have to figure out, am I dividing by this? Am I going to add up all the prizes or am I going to add up all the attendance? So you do a little thing on the side. You went dollars times attendance all the time. Okay? That's what you were doing this whole time when you were multiplying. You want the average price, right? I kind of gave it away with the answer. Maybe I shouldn't have given you the answer. But the average price is you want to keep this. So you have to divide by attendance. So that means that you got to add all of the people that were there. You got to add it up. That's 1237. Okay, 1237. So you divide by 1237. I like that you were showing your work. You're not going to get the marks even on the exam if you just guess, right? Sorry, that's 1988. I was looking at the wrong. 1988, and that's in dollars. So that's the average ticket price here. So that's how simple that is. Let me show you an exam. I already gave you this exam booklet. But if you go all the way to the back, look at this one. Just look up here for a sec. We're in statistics, by the way. right? I kept flipping until statistics show up. I can't even say it, okay? Then you get to, this is not in your booklet, this is the exam booklet. What do you notice right away about, it says calculate the weighted mean. You should right away think M.A.D, right? And so what are you going to do first? You're going to multiply. You're going to add your answers. What are you going to divide by? Oh, Mr. Dirksen said if it's percentage, check which, if there's one that adds up to 100. Does one of them add up to 100? The weight actually does, okay? This one adds up to 100. So after you're doing the M and the A, you divide by 100, boom, you got your final answer, right? So that's our classic weighted mean situation. So if it's the weight here, right, that's one of the categories, you add that up and it adds up to 100. This one doesn't. This one is 120, right? Can't use that one. And so keep that in mind. Can I ask you to quickly go to, we're going to go back, and I want you to go to 40, page 40, and do that one. I'm not going to give you the answer this time. You're going to figure it out. Okay, page 40. It involves percentages. So you know what to do. You know what to check for if it's percentage. So give that one a try today. But I'm going to stop teaching for after this part here. So in this case, you've got the number of devices here, and the households are here. So yes, it's a little tricky. So these are devices, and these are households. So you can tell that this is not like number of households, these are percentages. But you realize that this is a weighted mean situation because you've got two different categories. So the first step would be to multiply. Okay, multiply, multiply, multiply. So you get 2, 14, 30, 60, 105. 6 times 17, what do we have there? Lost my, is it 112? Yeah, 112. 8 times 14 is, no, this is 102, sorry. This is 102. 8 times 14 is 112. This is 63, and this is 70, okay? So you just multiply, you add it all up, and now you're ready to, you know what, the province is pretty good with saying calculate the weighted mean. They often just say it flat out so you don't even have to guess. If you add up all of this, you get 558. Okay, that is your sum. So all of this added up amounts to 558. Then you have to ask yourself, I've been multiplying devices by percentage, right, of households. What do they want? They want to keep what? Devices. So we're going to divide by percentages. Sorry, I got carried away a bit. And then you might ask, well, Mr. Dirksen, didn't you say when there's percentages to check if it adds up to 100? I did say that, right? Well, let's check. If you add this all up, it does add up to 100% as well. So both methods actually work, but I just don't want you to even have to worry about it. If you check the percentages and they add up to 100, you're going to have to divide by 100. Okay? And so this is 5.58 devices. Okay? 5.58 devices is what your, on average, a household has. I bet you that's way more these days. But anyways, that's what you have there. Okay? All right, I'm gonna stop here.